Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to Craft Academy. That's grammar class, and we are with chapter 5 and 6. Okay, noun case. You'll have read the chapter. Okay, in our previous lectures, we have completed the noun and the types of nouns, right? We went to the noun case and we saw the nominative case, dative case, case in apposition, objective, which is also called accusative, vocative, and possessive, right? And we also went for the nominative case, and you understood Harry broke an umbrella, so he is in the nominative case, that is, he is the subject of the verb. Well, is this clear to you, whatever we learnt till the last? Nominative case, accusative case, and all that. Is that clear with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine,
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
Fine, fine, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good, good. Then the objective case, also called accusative case. Objective where there is an object. Fine. Well, here in this we saw Harry broke the glass. I mean, he broke the umbrella. So what did he break? He broke something that is the object, and therefore it is called the objective case. Now 5.3, noun which comes after a preposition is also called, from here we are going to start today. After a preposition is also said to be in the objective case, like being the object of the preposition. He goes to Ram. Okay. Now read it from the book. Now here in the two sentences, Ram and book. Okay. Ram and book are in the objective case. Okay. Now how Ram? Because Ram is the object of the preposition to. Okay. And book of the preposition from. Read it from the book. Okay. So when we do the exercises, you will be knowing it better. Did you understand this? He goes to Ram. So Ram and read it from the book. So Ram and book, here this Ram and book are in the objective case. Okay, where does he go? He goes to Ram. And where does he read from? From the book. So it is in the objective case. Now see the word he. Therefore, it is in a preposition. Okay, to and book of the preposition from, from. Okay, do you remember I had given you the definition of preposition? What are prepositions? Prepositions are those words which stand with a noun or a pronoun showing the correct relation in a sentence. Fine. Okay, now the dative case. Now we compare the two sentences here again. He gave a book to Harry. Okay, I gave a book to Harry and I gave Harry a book. See these two differences. I gave a book to Harry and I gave Harry a book. First sentence, book is the object. What did you give to Harry? A book. Okay, and it is the object of the verb give. Object of the verb give. Okay, what did you give? The book. Now Harry is object of the preposition to. Here, now this is to. Harry is the object of the preposition to. In the second sentence, both Harry and book are objects of the same verb give. Let us see it again. Read the sentence. I gave Harry a book. Okay. Again we read in the second sentence, both Harry, here Harry and book are the objects of the same verb give. Okay. Now book is the direct object of the verb give. Okay. And is said to be in the objective case. And the indirect object is Harry. Book is, what did you give? You give a book. And the indirect object is Harry. Harry is said to be in the dative case. Dative case. Okay. Other examples of the dative case are, let's go to the next. As and when we read, you will understand better. Give Ram a pen. She made Kamla a dress. Now the indirect object in the dative case denotes the person to whom you gave something. Gave Ram a pen and she made Kamla a dress. So dative case denotes the person to whom something is given or for whom something is done. Okay. So here again this is in the dative case. Okay. Now we are not going to go more deep into this topic because according to your school you all had gone for the transformation, right? Now for the sake of transformation, again I will tell you at the end of the lecture what all we will go into detail, and then we go for the transformation. Fine. Now let us see the vocative case. As we have started this chapter, we are just completing it. Fine. Okay. Now, what is this vocative case? Ram, come here. Let's see this. Sit down, boys. Death, I am not afraid of you. Here, Ram, boys, death are used for addressing a person or thing. Remember this. We are addressing, we are calling them. See, Ram, come here. Okay. Now here we are saying, sit down, boys. To whom you're talking? You're talking to the boys. Death, I'm not afraid of you. We're talking death. We're talking to death. See, as good as a person. A noun used to address a person or a thing is in the vocative case. Okay. Again, am I telling you, a noun used to address one person, a person and a thing is in the vocative case. It is also called nominative case. Nominative means giving nomination or names. Okay. So we are nominating, we are speaking to them, we are talking to them, nominating. Ram, come here. We're just talking to him. Sit down, boys. Again, here we are nominating the boys to do some work. So, Ram, boys, death, etc. are in the vocative case. Okay. Now, let's see the next case in apposition. This is somewhat something important where you need to know. Examine the sentences. Harry, my brother, came. Call Ram, the doctor. Brother and Harry, remember, brother and Harry or Doctor and Ram are one and the same person. Remember this, Harry, my brother, came. Harry, my brother, meaning Harry is my brother and he has come. Okay, Harry, my brother, has come. So this is the same person. Fine. Call Ram, the doctor. Now, here Ram is the doctor himself. Okay. So brother is equal to Harry, doctor is equal to Ram. When a noun follows another noun or pronoun, remember this. When a noun follows another noun or pronoun denoting the same person but describing the person further, it is said to be in case in apposition to a noun or pronoun coming before it. Here, brother and doctor are K is in apposition to Harry and Ram respectively. See, Harry, my brother, came. Harry, my brother, came. We will read it like this. Harry, my brother, came. Meaning, he is his brother. Okay. Call Ram the doctor. That is, Ram itself is the, Ram himself is the doctor. Apposition means what? Placing near. Placing near. This is what you have to keep in mind. A noun in apposition is the same case as the noun which it describes. It is describing this person. Okay. So noun in apposition is one and the same. So don't get confused. This hardly comes, but we are just, as we have started, I am just completing it. Fine. Now examine this. This is the possessive. Yes, this is something which is important here. Harry broke Ram's umbrella. Harry broke Ram's umbrella. See here, it is in whose position? Umbrella is Ram's. Okay. The umbrella belonged to Ram. So it is Ram who possessed the umbrella. That is why we say Ram's umbrella. It's quite obvious, right? Because it's Ram's umbrella, therefore we say Ram's umbrella means apostrophe. It is in his possession, it is his belonging. Okay. Now the noun Ram is changed into Rams by adding S. Remember this, singular and adding apostrophe s. But sometimes we need to write the apostrophe after s, that we will see. The noun Ram is said to be in the possessive case. Of whose possession? Possession. It is not position. Position matlab उठना बैठना खड़ा होना, that is your position. What you are doing now, you are sitting, that is your sitting position. Standing means standing, but here it is possession. Remember, that is belonging to. Okay, something belonging to someone, of someone. As, okay, possessive case, as the noun Rams shows possession or ownership, simple ownership of the umbrella. Okay, so that is of possession, that is possessive case. How possessive case is formed? This is quite important, where you have to keep in mind. These can come even in daily lives also. Daily life, where when you speak, we say table's leg. It's not like that. Leg of the table, like that. Okay, fine. Now let's see this. 5.8. How possessive case is formed. When the noun is singular. Remember this, all of you. Note down. Keep your pens with you. Okay, you have to write down these also. When the noun is singular, the possessive case is formed by adding apostrophe s. Remember this. Ram's house. Dogs bark. What woke up the child? The dog's barking of the dog woke up the child. Okay. Second, when the noun is plural and does not end in s. Again, when the noun is plural, the child is coming in the middle. 1 minute. Okay, read that. I will just 1 minute. Okay. Now, when the noun is plural and does not end in s, the possessive case is formed by adding s as men's job. See this. When the noun is plural. Okay. What is plural? Okay. This is what when you people come late, na, then this problem. Better try to come early. Okay, fine. Now, let's see. Now here, case in is formed by adding s, like men's job. Now, the plural has not n in s. Okay, only it is the inner vowel which is changed. Man, men. So men's job. When the plural ends in s, keep in mind, when the plural ends in s, a simple apostrophe, just see, simple apostrophe without s is added after s of the word boys school. Now what do you mean? James house, James's house. When the noun ends up, suppose see this one is what? It is a proper noun, right? James. Now it does end in s. So we say James's house. While pronouncing it, the pronunciation is James's house. Okay, this is end in s. Now here the boys' house, boys' school. Sorry. Now what do you mean by this? The school which belongs to boys or so many boys. That is the plural boys. Here you have to simply put an apostrophe after s. Did you follow this? Again we read rule number 3. When the plural ends in s, simply apostrophe without s is added after s of the word. For example, boys school, that is the school belonging to the boys. So it is a number of boys, okay, and it is put after s. And here also it is ending. Now here this is a proper noun they given. In this one, that is a common noun. This is a proper noun. The proper noun ended in s, but we want to talk something of the position of Mr. James. Therefore, we are putting apostrophe after s. Classical names ending in s usually add only the apostrophe, as Moses' law. Classical names. Okay. Now Moses' law, here apostrophe after s. Pythagoras' theorem. See how we pronounce it. The pronunciation changes. Archimedes' principle. Okay. Now other names ending s, we may add what? Apostrophe with s, that is simply apostrophe s or only the apostrophe as. The example is given at the back. Did you understand the first 2, 3, 4? Four examples. Have you understood, my dear children? Okay. Mr. Thomas or Mr. Thomas's house. East's poems, that is W.B. Yeats. Okay, he's a poet. Mr. Thomas house or Mr. Thomas's house. Let us go back to that. See what it is said. Other names ending in s may add apostrophe with s or apostrophe s or only the apostrophe. It happens so also. That is in the case of such. Is W.B. Yeats poem. Okay. In compound nouns, what is compound? Like sister-in-law. I told you even the previous sister-in-laws you will not say. You will say sisters-in-law. Keep in mind, boys and girls. Some boy was making a mistake again and again in the previous lecture. Be careful. Okay. So nouns, that last word ending takes the apostrophe s. My sister-in-law's daughter. Now here, well, another thing I want to point out to you, you boys and girls, when you are going to write the apostrophe, be careful, it's going to be like this. If you boys and girls are going to write like this, the apostrophe, simply you will get the 0 mark. Understand? So while writing even inverted commas open and close, you will make sure it is written this way. Don't put it the opposite. See, some children know they don't know to put the apostrophe like that. You will put, and you will put like that, somewhat like this funny thing and all that. Be careful. You simply get 0. You say, ma'am, this sentence is right. But what about the punctuation mark? So this is the apostrophe S, I mean the apostrophe, and here the what do you say, your this one, quoted inverted commas open and close. Well, that was just a thing which I wanted to just tell you in regard to the I mean the marks. So I was just saying. Similarly, in names consisting of several words, the last word takes apostrophe s. Example, let us see. Nawab of Rampur's state. Henry, the Enight's wives. What? Yes, Henry the Eighth's wife. Now see, let me write this like this. Henry the Eighth. Henry Henry the Eighth. When you are going to speak out this, you will say Henry the Eighth. See how they have written? They have written the English like this. Generally, English is to be written like this. You can't write the figures. You have to write in words. Henry the Eighth's wife. Okay, so he's the king Henry the Eighth's wife. You'll always use th the. Okay, James the first, like that. James the second. You have to count like that. Like for example, you say, okay, you write this standard 9, but when you speak, you'll say 9 standard, right? But you have to write it before. Rupees 10, we write the new form rupees 10, but when you go to speak of it, you say 10 rupees, but you have to write it before, like that. Henry the eighth's wife. Okay, well, now when two nouns in possessive case are in apposition or closely connected, the S, that is the apostrophe S, is added to the second noun. Let's see the example. My friend Mohan's house. The king and the queen's jubilee. Let's read it again. Two nouns in the possessive case are in apposition or closely connected. So, my friend Mohan's house. That is the same person. My friend Mohan's house. The king and the queen's jubilee. Okay. So, that is for that. Then go to the next. But when separate position is to be indicated, the apostrophe is repeated as Robinson's and Edwards offices. Robinson's and Edwards offices. When separate possessions, two different people, दो अलग अलग बंदे का जो ऑफिस कहने के लिए हमें कहना है कि रॉबिन्सन्स एंड एडवर्ड्स ऑफिसेस, ठीक है. द लेटर एस इज omitted where and only apostrophe is added to many hissing sounds appear. This happens when the last syllable of a word begins and ends with s. Let's see them. When s or ce is followed by sake, as for example, for conscience, conscience's sake. कॉन्शियस मतलब क्या, अंतःकरण. ओके, फॉर गुडनेस सेक, जीसस डिसाइपल्स. लेट्स रीड द नाइन्थ rule again. Letter S is omitted. Okay, why it is omitted? Because only there is S. Okay, only apostrophe is added to many hissing sounds. Hissing, you see, which animal hisses? Snake. Snake hisses, right? So that is a hissing sound. This happens when the last syllable of the word begins and ends with S. Okay. Syllable it is said. Yes. Last syllable of a word begins and ends with S, or when S or C is followed by sake, as for conscience's sake. Okay, his, Jesus's, his, hissing sound. Goodnesses. Okay, that time you will not put any apostrophe s before after anything because it is having a hissing sound. Therefore you simply put an apostrophe and you will pronounce it that way, so the pronunciation changes. Okay, now use of the possessive case. In possessive case, it's chiefly used with the names of living things and personified objects. You know what is personification, my dear children? Personification is that figure of speech where inanimate object is given lifelike quality. Okay, figures of speech that is very important in poems. Well, Ram's hand. Lion's mane. You know what is mane, children? The mane is the hair at the lion's, you see, at the neck of the lion there, that is the mane it is called. So lion's mane, the bird's eggs, fortune's favors, duty's call.
Ma'am,
Yes, tell me boy, what do you want to ask?
ma'am, can you,
Tell me.
ma'am,
Yes.
can you repeat?
This one? Fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Possessive case. Who is that boy who spoke? Is it Ganesh? Who
No,
spoke?
ma'am, Jai Patel.
Jaimil. What's it? Jaimil.
Jai, Jai Patel.
Jai. Okay, fine. Jai. It's not only for Jai, for everybody. All the children, please listen. Possessive case is chiefly used with the names of living things. Okay. And personified objects. Remember, it is living things and those objects which are personified, which is given the quality of a person. आपको personification पता है ना, figure of speech which is given life like quality is given to inanimate objects, it is called personification. ठीक है, वैसे कितने ऐसे नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स है जिसको पर्सोनिफाइड हम कर सकते हैं, देयर यू विल पुट दिस, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल हम पढ़ते हैं, ठीक है, राम्स हैंड, ही इज अ animate, the lion's mane, okay, the bird's eggs, these are all coming in animate things, I mean life living things. Fortune's favor, यहाँ पर ये inanimate थिंग है, इसलिए यहाँ पर हम क्या कहेंगे, इट इज पर्सोनिफाइड, इसको हम लाइफ लाइक क्वालिटी देते हैं। फॉर्च्यून्स फेवर, फॉर्च्यून मतलब क्या, फॉर्च्यून मतलब लक, नसीब जो कहते हैं, फॉर्च्यून्स फेवर, ड्यूटीज कॉल, this is not any animate thing, it's inanimate, right? Duty, what is your duty? Responsibility. So duty is call, your duty is call tells you that you have to study your lessons very nicely, you have to do your assignment, so that is your duties call, this is personified. Okay, now possessive case is also, have you understood that boy who asked me question? Okay, now you should be quick to answer. Possessive case is also used with nouns of space, 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 time, weight. Example, month's salary. Okay, see there, apostrophes. A pound's weight. Then yard's length, space. Space मतलब जगह. Okay, place. Yard's length. A few common phrases use the apostrophe s. What is that? At fingers, at one's fingers ends. मतलब हम कहेंगे ना, suppose you're not knowing say tables, so it tells you to learn by heart. You have to have all these answers in your fingertips. इसी को यही कहते हैं one's fingers ends, मतलब फिंगर टिप्स। आपके जो lessons है ना, it should be at your fingertips. Next day recap will be done and you will have to answer, that is it should be in the ends of the finger, that is fingertips. To one's heart's content, one's heart's content, this, see, you see that this one's is written one apostrophe s, therefore it is depicting a singular person. Okay, heart's content, at one's wits end, wits end meaning Wit is the word wit can be used in different ways. It can be understanding, it can be knowledge, it can be also humor, yeah, fun. Okay, that is wit. So wits end. Like who is the jester in our MOV? That is Lancelot, right? So
Lancelot Gogo.
Lancelot.
yes, very good girls. So he is always at his wits end. आप लोग इंग्लिश में बात करोगे ना then only you will know all these usages. You please talk English again and again. I am repeating this. In the case of non-living, ये बहुत important है जो we are not using the previous rule. Let us see. In case of non-living things like the following, we say the leg of the table, not table's leg. ये कान खोल कर सुनो आप लोग. यहाँ पर हम ये नहीं कहेंगे टेबल्स लेग, वी विल से लेग ऑफ द टेबल. क्यों? क्योंकि ये इनएनिमेट चीज है. ठीक है. द हैंड ऑफ द क्लॉक, नॉट द क्लॉक्स हैंड बिकॉज इट इज नॉट लिविंग थिंग. ठीक है. द डोर ऑफ द हाउस, नॉट द हाउसेस डोर. Now I want to tell you one thing, a very common mistake what students do. My school's name, it is a very wrong grammatical error. I don't know why you are not being taught. Be very careful. The name of my school, you will not say school's name. अगर इस तरह करोगे ना, so your half mark is gone here. If I would be a teacher, I would simply cut your marks. Be very careful. ये सारे छोटे छोटे चीजें हैं. Therefore only you need to learn all these things. There are many such things, my dear boys and girls. We have to go for the transformation, but there are many such things which are linked, like gerund, okay, participle, then so many such things which are there, which you have to go through your grammar book, your this main grammar book. Okay, so be careful all that, you have to read it. And one fine day, suppose we have an extra time or lecture, we will try to find out, and here we will deal upon the main things what your teacher has taught you. Okay, so the door of the house, so all these inanimate things, how you will write? The leg of the table, the hand of the clock, the door of the house, all such. You will not put an apostrophe before S. Okay. Let's see. Yes. 5.13. The words house, school, college, and shop are often omitted after nouns in the possessive case. I met him at Mohan's. Okay, see here. Now one more thing, grammatically you have to see words like house, school, college and all such things are simply omitted. Where? I met him at Mohan's. So when it is said Mohan's, you should understand house. I studied at the Queen's. Now where are you going to study? You are going to study at a college. So you can simply say I am studying at the Queen's. So it is meant as college. It doesn't mean that college. You can say even I am studying at the SDA, right? So here the school. Here I am studying at the Queen's. Therefore, it's a college. You can buy this at Dariwal's. मतलब वो एक shop का नाम, मतलब that is known as that, right? So you can say from where do you buy a thing? You buy a thing from a shop, so it is understood a shop. Therefore, here the omission of what? The particular words, like the nouns to which it is possessed. I mean, it is in possession to what? So those things are simply omitted. Note also that it does not always denote possession. Instead, it may indicate origin, kind, authorship, etc. Let's see Akbar's fort. Okay, the fort built by Akbar. St. Paul's Cathedral. Cathedral means church. The cathedral dedicated to St. Paul. Okay. Ashoka's conquests. Conquests made by Ashoka. Mira's songs. Someone's mic is making noise over there. Be careful. Stop that noise. Okay, Mira's songs composed or sung by Mira. The judge's verdict, the verdict of the judge. So these, all these were in apposition to, therefore you have understood this, right? Now in this exercise number 2, okay, the table's leg are broken. What will you do in this?
The leg of the tables are broken.
Yes, good. The leg of the table. Fine. The house's roof.
The roof of
The
the
roof
house
of
The
the
roof
house
of
The
the
roof of
house
the
fell
house.
down.
fell
Okay,
down.
fine, fine. The roof of the house. I have seen Tagore's The Poet's Painting. How will you say?
I have seen I have seen Tagore's The Painting of Poets. The paintings of poets.
I have seen Tagore's the poet. Yes, the painting, poet's painting, the painting of the poets. I have seen. Okay, fine. This house is of my father.
My
This is
father's
my
house.
father's
My
house.
father's house.
Yes, there is no question of after, that is you have to put apostrophe. These are students' bags who are playing.
These are the bags of students who are playing.
Who are playing?
We are
Okay.
playing.
Okay, these are the, see, the is not there, you have to include, these are the bags of the student. These are the bags of the students. Fine. Now, it is mother's sister's son's house.
This house is of his.
This
Now,
house is of his mother's. No.
fine, fine. Let us understand this, my dear boys and girls. Please keep in mind. It is his mother's sister's son's house. ये कहना क्या चाहते हैं? So this is mother's house, right? So mother's sister, that is who? Mother's sister मतलब कौन? Aunt. मासी कहता है ना. So his mother's sister मतलब his aunt's son's house. So this house belongs to whom?
Brother's house.
Yes.
Uncle.
To my
Cousin.
brother.
Cousin.
Okay, okay. So now you tell me the answer.
This
It
house is
is his
of my
cousin's
cousin.
house.
It is his cousin's house.
Mother's mother's son's house. Okay. So
House.
this is his mother's sister's son. Now how many are there over here? Mother sister is aunt. Okay, and son's house. So this is his, you won't bring that aunt बीच में, ठीक है? You have to say like this only. It is his mother's sister's son's house. This house belongs to his mother's sister. You can say like that also. Okay, did you
Sir,
understand?
can you repeat?
It is mother's sister's son's house. You can say it is his mother's sister's house, or it is belonging, what, in other words, what you want to say? It belongs to his mother's sister, right? What is that? House is belonging to that mother's sister, right? So the house belonging, if you have to say like this, the house belonging to his mother's sister. Okay, so the house belonging to his mother's sister means his mother's sister's house. Okay, now here mother's, this is okay, mother's sister's house. Do you understand? If you feel it a bit of confused, we will see it later. Anyhow, this is the meaning of this, right? The house which belongs to his mother's sister, that is his aunt. Okay. Now construct the sentence to show the same noun can be used in the nominative, objective, or vocative case. Now what is that? Okay, now I just want to tell you the previous one. Exercise 3 is what? Construct the four sentences to show the same noun can be used in the nominative. Now, for doing this assignment, you have to go to the nominative case, the objective case, the possessive and vocative. Try to see the examples and come with the assignments in the next lecture, that is the next day, that is Tuesday. Okay, so you have to form nominative, objective, possessive and vocative case of these all the same. See, for example, construct the sentences, show the same noun can be used in these particular cases. Okay, so that is for your assignment, as well as you have to write down these sentences, these exercises in your book. Okay, and also the rules. Now continuation with that, we are, because we have already put the next chapter, that is the pronoun. We have already we have completed the nouns and its kinds. Now we just go to the pronouns, because this is already put it in the PPT. Fine. So you should also come to know this. This is also quite important. So now pronouns, its kinds. What are the kinds? You can see it's personal pronoun, reflective, emphatic, which gives emphasize. Okay, why we use these pronouns. Now, as you know, I have already explained you what is a pronoun. Pronoun is a word used instead of a noun. Sure, instead of a noun. Okay, he, she, they, them, we, all that. You know it. It is quite easy. Now compare the two groups of sentences. Shushmita is a good girl. Shushmita always comes first. Shushmita obeys the teachers. Everybody praises Shushmita. Again and again, you are telling the same proper noun. So instead of that, what will you say? She. You know it well, right? Now, when it comes up to the exercises and when you have to speak about it, then it is a bit of difficult. That, as you see, it's quite simple. So here it is said, she's a good girl, always comes first, obeys the teacher, and everybody praises her. You will note that the second sentence sounds better, not the first. Let's see how. It is easier and nicer to say she or her than to repeat the same noun again and again. That's understood, right? So her has been used in place of the noun, that is the proper noun, Shushmita. Now you have got no doubts of nouns, because you know this is a proper noun and she is a pronoun. Okay. She or her is a pronoun and it means for a noun. For a noun means in place of a noun. These are all just the revision of your smaller classes. Okay. Sorry. Definition of a pronoun. Sorry. The pronoun is a word used instead. Read that quietly. All of you, I will ask you. Either from the screen or you kept the textbook in front also, okay. Okay, fine. So pronouns are of many kinds as it is classified over here. Personal. Count it I, we, they, you, he, she, it. Okay, reflective and emphatic. Emphatic means giving emphasize, force. I, myself. He, himself. She, herself. It, itself. Yourself. Yourselves, themselves, etc. Right? Demonstrative means showing. Okay, like this, that, those, those, this, these, that, and those. You know it, right? Indefinite, one, any means number of things, anyone, anybody, anything, anybody, somebody, all, none. These are what called indefinite. Why it's called indefinite? Because you don't know the exact number. Distributive. What is distributive? each and every person, each and every student, every, either, neither. You can also pronounce as either or neither. Some people pronounce either, neither, or some pronounce either or neither, right? This is distributive. Give every student a chocolate. Neither, I neither like tea nor coffee. Distributive. Reciprocal, each. You know what is reciprocal? Reciprocal, suppose somebody is asking a question, you are giving an answer, that is you're reciprocating. Each other, one another. Relative, who, relative pronoun. No, not that are relative, that is that mom, dad, not that one. Relative, in relation to. Okay, who, whose, whom, which, that, what. Interrogative, you know, who, whose, whom, which, what. Okay, so these are all types of pronouns. If at all I ask you, these all should be in your fingertips. देखा वो usage आ गया. So personal, reflective, emphatic, then reflexive, sorry, emphatic, demonstrative, indefinite, distributive, and these all you should keep in mind. Reciprocal, then relative, interrogative. जब आप assignment करोगे ना, first and foremost what you should do, you should write the definition of the pronoun, right? And then you will write the different kinds. These are the kinds of pronouns, and you are going to give 3 examples each. जब आप इस तरह लिखोगे, then only you will come to know. Yes, some boy was asking something. You're making noise there. Okay, now what's this personal pronoun? Yes, I am playing. That I. Have seen? You are playing. He, she, it is playing. He is, she is. You've seen? It is a singular. We are. You are. They are. Okay. Now here I, we, you, he, she, it, they, them, we are all, these are all called personal pronouns. Don't get confused. These are all called personal pronouns. Here, okay, all this again and again I'm going to repeat this. You can see it. They are called personal pronouns because why? They stand for the following 3 persons. As you know, first person is I singular, we plural. Keep this in mind. This is for your life. You should know who is the first person, second person, third person. Right? Second person is you always. Maybe it a singular or a plural. So first person I, singular, first person plural we, second person singular or plural is you, third person is the person or persons, he, she, it, they, them, we, I, etc. Right? Now, it is also used for lifeless things. That is non-personal things. Yet it include what among the it's included among the personal pronouns. Okay. So children, we keep it till here today, and so goodbye children. We'll see it in the next lecture. Thank you for giving cooperation. Bye bye children. Yes. Do the assignments, okay?
Bye, ma'am.